Hi guys, it's Chris from Daily Dose of DIY, and one of my favorite things to make with my Cricut is t-shirts. Today I'm going to show you how to layer iron-on vinyl and make a cute little gnome shirt like this. And best of all, I have the SVG file for you for free that you can use. Let's get started. Okay, so here's the things we're going to need to make this shirt. You need, first of course, a shirt. I'm using a Gildan polyester shirt, a tape measure, heat transfer vinyl. This design I'm using 5 different colors. We're going to need our standard cut mat. We need our heat pad, or you're going to need a towel. I just thought of something I didn't grab, and that's going to be the Teflon sheet or parchment paper, one or the two. We need our heat press, and of course our Cricut cutting machine. Last thing you're going to need is the design, right? So let's head on over to the computer and I will show you how you can get this free design. Okay, we're over here on my website to get the SVG file. And if you're not already a member of the website, it is totally free to join. Just scroll on down here and enter your first name, email address, hit subscribe, and the password will be emailed to you right away. If you already have the password, go ahead and click enter the free resource library. And it will bring up the place for you to put in that password for you. Enter it in, and then you'll be in where all of my free SVG files are, and they're in here listed in alphabetical order. So we're going to scroll on down to the G's. I have a picture there too, so it's easier to find, and click on it. Once you click on it, it automatically starts the download. If you're using a Chrome browser, you'll see it down here that it downloaded. If you don't have a Chrome browser, check your downloads folder. It will be there. It comes in a zipped folder, so you'll need to get it unzipped before we load it to Cricut. And if you're on a Mac, I believe PC is the same now too. It's just one click. It will open up and unzip that file. On PC, some older versions, you may need to click extract files. But once that's done, we're going to go back into Cricut, and then we can click browse here to upload that file that we just got down to G's for Gnome. I'm in my downloads folder, which is where it should be on your computer too. I just don't know my alphabet very well. Okay, there we go. And you want the .svg file. I also have it in the file name. SVG. There's a PNG and an SVG. You want to make sure you get the SVG. Click open. It will show you the image. You can tag it if you want to. Let's just put in Gnome and then click save. And then we come over here and select it again, and then on the very bottom, click insert images, that green button, and it will bring it on into Design Space. Now, as far as sizing, you want to measure your shirt like I showed you previously and do it 12 inches less than your shirt is across. So I am making my design about 9 to 10 inches wide. I think I'm going to do 9.5. And you can come up here on the top where it says size and width. And I'm just going to do 9.5 for 9.5, and that will automatically size it. Now this particular design, if you look over in the layers menu, everything is already grouped for you how it will need to be cut. So there's nothing else you need to do besides click the make it button. Then it will sort your pieces that are going to be cut by the mat. We need to, this is the biggest mistake with HTV vinyl. Even if you know it's the biggest mistake, it's still so easy to do. We need to mirror the mat. And once you click a mirror on mat number 1, it doesn't mirror every mat. You need to go to every mat and click mirror. So I'm going to go down the list and get that done. We've got 5 mats we're going to use, and then click the continue button. It's trying to connect to my Explorer. I'm not sure if I have my Bluetooth on right now, but if you do have an Explorer machine, go ahead and set your dial to iron on vinyl. If you have a maker, once it connects to your maker, it will pop up what materials you can use. You'll choose from the list, choose the iron on vinyl. I think I always choose everyday iron on for just regular vinyl. And then we will go to our mats next and get this cut. Okay, we're ready to get the vinyl on our cut mat, so we can remove the covering. And with HTV, the next biggest mistake, besides remembering to mirror your mat in Design Space, is putting the vinyl the wrong side up. HTV or iron-on vinyl comes with its carrier sheet, and that's this shiny side. But as you can see here, finding the shiny side is sometimes hard. So my fail-proof trick, after ruining probably hundreds of dollars of vinyl, is to poke the corner. And see, right here, I would have picked the wrong side. Because the carrier sheet you can't poke through. So this side needs to go down. Let's poke the other side and I'll show you. Yep, I got vinyl. See? So I know the vinyl side is up, and I would have chosen wrong there again. And we just line it up on our cut mat, and then we are ready to load it. Smooth it down here. Open up my machine, and then you just want to make sure you slide the mat under both of these tabs. There's tabs on each side. Hold the mat against your roller bar, hit the load button, and then when it's ready, the C button will automatically start flashing. That's for go. Push that and it cuts it for you. What are you doing? Okay, I want to pause here to tell you it was starting to cut wrong, so I stopped it and unloaded the mat. And what I did wrong is I left mat 5, the red shade, selected. So I am assuming we're going to number 1, right, to cut from the beginning on down, but since I forgot to go back and select number 1, Cricut started at number 5. You want to go back up and select mat 1 before you actually start cutting. Once your vinyl is all cut, we're now ready to weed it. So you're just going to catch one of those corners again with your weeding tool and pull it back. If you're used to adhesive vinyl, this is a little bit different. The HTV comes with its carrier sheet, and this isn't sticky at all. So it's just a matter of peeling it off the carrier sheet, and then the words you cut or the design you cut will stay on the carrier sheet. And then for your centers of your letters and things, you just take your weeding tool and poke them on out of there. So I'm going to get all these pieces weeded, and then I will show you how to line it up on the shirt next. Okay, we're back here in Design Space. I'm going to show you how I find the center of my design when it's multicolor like this. So if you take your design and drag it up to the top corner, Cricut will just automatically put it in that 0, 0 position. So we can see as I cut this design, it's almost 5 3/4 inches. So half of that's going to be somewhere on this dot, just below 3. And of course we're 9.5 inches wide, so half of that's going to be 4 1/4. So that's this line here. And if I'm using my fingernail on the laptop to make sure I get right here, if you can see my cursor, right in here is about our center spot of this design. So the first layer I'm going to lay down is pink, and I'm going to be looking at the tip of this N to get it centered properly. Now let's go back to the shirt and I'll show you how to find the center on your shirt. Okay, the first thing I'm going to do is go ahead and get my easy press on and just hit the power button. Power. And I looked this up previously. I will link you to this down below. I know I need it 315 degrees. So down below I'm going to link you to the Cricut website where you can find your time and temps. But for this we need 315 degrees, so I'm going to get my easy press preheated. Move some of these pieces out of the way. We're going to start with the pink one, like I said. And then we're just going to take our shirt and I'm going to fold it in half. Let me get my Cricut out of the way. Okay, get the seams and I'm going to fold it straight in half. This is a slippery shirt. My friend prefers polyester. And then right here at the seam of the armpits, we're going to fold in half again. So we fold in half at the collar and then fold at the seam of the armpits. And then once this is preheated, we're going to press it. Okay, my easy press just beeped, so we're preheated now. I'm going to press on this crease. The instructions were to preheat my material for 5 seconds, so we're just going to press here for a few seconds, get it warm, and get a crease in the shirt. Now when you unfold it, you'll be able to see, not sure if it's showing up on camera very well, but you will be able to see the center point from the creases. So this is the center of where we want our design. And remember, in design space, we wanted the center to be right at about that end. So I'm going to place the end there, the tip of the end, and line it up. Now this isn't, when you place it, like adhesive vinyl. Like when adhesive vinyl, you're done, right? Once it's laid down. So you can pick it up and rearrange things if you need to. Now I'm going to press this first layer that we're doing, pink, on for, again, maybe 5 seconds. It doesn't have to be a long time, just long enough to make it stick. And this vinyl is warm peel. So now that it's flaming hot, we don't want to peel it off right away. Just give it a few seconds to cool down. You can help it along if you want and wave it. And then slowly peel it back to make sure it stays. We're at the end, we're going to end up pressing, I'll let it cool a few more seconds, for the whole entire time, right? But for this first layer, we just need to press long enough to get it to stick. The hat did fine. It's the letters that I wanted to give them a few more seconds. I think because of the smaller letters, they might need a little bit more time. But since we have to do the layers, we don't want to overdo it either, right? Okay, now it's coming off a little bit better. sheet is off. So now we can do the next layer. And I think for the next layer we're going to do red. Where'd my red sheet go? Oh, here it is. Because this will line up the bottom of the hat. And this of course goes on the end of the hat, and you can see where that heart shape lines up there. And then of course, it being not adhesive vinyl, you can just take your time and line it up. You can reposition it if you need to. So I'm just going to try to get that red to touch where I want it. Okay, since it keeps touching here and irritating me, I'm going to get my scissors and cut that out some more so it is easier to line on. So we can just trim this down a bit, get that sticky piece off of there, so I can line up the heart a little bit easier. Okay, so we got that lined up with the hat, that lined up there. You'll see now that there is a vinyl here that is exposed. We can do one of two things here. You can get, or one of three things. Okay, you can get Teflon paper from Amazon, and I will link that down below. I can't find my Teflon sheet. So, you can also use parchment paper. Okay, if you do not have Teflon and you do not have parchment, you can take that carrier sheet that you just peeled off of it and place it over it again to protect it. Whatever you do not want to let that heat press hit bare vinyl. It will melt to your heat press. You will have a mess. You will probably cuss. So cover up any exposed vinyl one way or another. And we're going to heat this again. Let's do about 10 seconds since the pink needed a little extra time. I'm not even setting a timer. Somebody count for me. Alright, I think that was 10 seconds. We're going to let it cool again. And then peel off this red layer. You will have to check your vinyl. Some vinyls are hot peel, so you can peel right away. Press, and then peel, and then press, and then peel. Alright, that one looks pretty good. Everything's sticking where it should. Those hearts are just so cute. Okay, next let's do the gnome beard. Okay, so we're going to line him up to the hat. I'm going to sit back down for this so I can line it up good. Okay, there he is, nice and even. This time I'm going to use the Teflon paper to show you how that would work. We're going to press that beard on for about 10 seconds. Okay, pull it off. I'm sorry, this is parchment paper. I said Teflon, didn't I? Parchment paper. Teflon is brown. Let him cool a second. Next, let's do his little nose. Okay, that's on there good. Lay down to my parchment paper again. press him down for, since these aren't as intricate, I don't think they need as long of a time. We'll just do a few seconds. See if we can peel him up. It's still pretty warm. Yep, it came up good. And then the last layer we have is black. I don't really have anything to line that up to except for, of course, the hearts and the words. So, let's see, it looks like we're gonna come down a little bit. And we want it to get straight. I think that looks good, don't you? Is it crooked? So then you can see, like I said before, if you don't like it, just pick it up. And lay it down again. So, layering adhesive, layering iron-on vinyl is a lot of just slow and patience. And getting it straight. Dirt on there. Okay, that looks good. We want to cover with our protect our other vinyl again, and this being the final press, we want to do the whole 30 seconds. That's what's recommended for mine. It just shut off for some reason, so I'm gonna let this reheat again, but the press time recommendation for this is 30 seconds. So this final press, we are going to do the full 30 seconds. Okay. My easy press is back up to temp. I got 315, 30 seconds on the timer. I'm gonna make sure the whole design is covered. Looks like that covers it. Hit the green button to start my timer and press down with firm pressure for 30 seconds. Once the 30 seconds is up, put your easy press back on its base. You can remove the Teflon, the parchment. I'm sorry, I keep saying it wrong. I usually always use Teflon. I just can't find my sheet. And then I'm going to turn it over. Okay, so I'm going to press the back for just about 20 seconds or so. After that's done, put your heat press back on its thing again and we can flip it back over. Okay, we have it flipped back over and I'm letting it cool just a little bit before we, that should be good, peel off that last layer. And there we go. Everything is stuck perfectly. It looks so cute. I love this design. I hope you enjoyed this video and learned something about layering HTV vinyl. Be sure to like and subscribe for more fun Cricut crafts and tutorials. Thanks, and I'll see you on the next video. Bye!